Welcome to the Unconventional Wisdom Podcast with Ed Rempel, the show about the most effective methods to achieve financial security and freedom. Find out what really works. Insights are based on in-depth experience from a fee-for-service financial planner, tax accountant, Canada's #1 financial planner blogger, and your host, Ed Rempel. The meaning of life. Responsibility. What is the meaning of life? What makes life worth living? How can having a meaningful life help you become financially independent? So in this post, you'll learn what is the meaning of life, what makes life worth living, how do many people avoid taking responsibility for their life, how can having a meaningful life help you become financially independent, and how can you become wealthy? So first, what's the meaning of life? What makes life worth living? So the classic book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, showed that people that survived many years in the German concentration camps were not necessarily the youngest, strongest, or most fit. They were the ones that had a reason important to them to survive. It could be to see lover or family, personal aspirations, creative or intellectual pursuits, belief in a higher power or transcendent purpose, or a duty to bear witness to the atrocities. So Viktor Frankl said that those with a why to live, so a future-oriented purpose, could bear almost any how. A few notable thinkers like Confucius and Jordan Peterson advocate that taking responsibility for your actions, family, community, or something else gives your life structure and meaning. So meaning is not handed to you, it's something you actively pursue. So responsibility should be something you freely decide to take on. It can be to work on a goal, care for family or friends, or something else, to your own freedom or expression or creativity, or for personal growth. It depends on what you value or choose to prioritize. The meaning of life is based on what you decide you want to be responsible for. So how do many people avoid taking responsibility for their life? Well, many people today try to avoid accepting responsibility, especially when they feel they have failed. They may blame their parents, culture, friends, school, boss, society, or just having had a hard life. It does not matter if the reasons are true. Not taking responsibility for your own actions and your own life makes it hard to move forward and become successful, however you define success. So excuses for failure are not a good basis for success. So I've seen people try to accomplish something, but before they start, they already have their excuse for why they will fail. So with this view, you usually fail. You don't have the drive to overcome challenges. I had an early career in manufacturing where we learned about Kaizen, or continuous improvement, and that's how to become successful in life. Continuously improve yourself. Constantly learn, work hard, learn a skill and improve it, and take responsibility for your own success. Success is not handed to you. For more unconventional wisdom insights, follow this podcast and share it with your friends. I sometimes refer to a chart or image. Don't worry, if you want to see the chart, it's on my YouTube channel in this video with the same name. You can be the first to receive all my new podcasts by subscribing to my email list at www.edrempel.com. My services and costs are at edrempel.com/help. You can request a free 30-minute consultation at edrempel.com/talk, or share feedback and topic ideas at edrempel.com/feedback. So how can having a meaningful life help you become financially independent? The same principle is true for financial success. It's rarely handed to anyone. Most millionaires and billionaires made it all themselves. So to become financially independent, you need to be responsible for your own finances, including having a plan for the life you want and how to get there, saving a significant amount, and investing effectively for the long term. So wealthy people grow it themselves with investments or a business. So high income is helpful, but not essential. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. I've seen high income people not able to save anything, and I've seen low income people save an astoundingly large amount. So saving a significant amount is easier, obviously, if you have a higher income, though. Higher income comes from learning a valuable skill. Some, not all, university degrees, such as STEM fields like IT or engineering or sales or trades or skill as an entrepreneur can help you with learning a skill. Wealth builds with age. That's the other key thing. So the wealthy are mostly older people, say 50 plus, who saved and invested over the years. So now this is great news. It means you can do it. It's not like you are past that you can't change. To become financially independent, you have to save a good amount and invest for growth for the long term. So how can you become wealthy? Here are the steps. Note that each step is something you have to do. If you want to become wealthy, you need to take personal responsibility. You can do these steps by yourself or working with professionals to help you. So the steps: learn a valuable skill, number one, so you can earn a decent income. Number two, get a financial plan so you know what wealthy means for you. Knowing how much you need to save, and you need to know how much you need to save and the rate of return you need to do to get there. Your plan keeps you focused on the long term, of helping you avoid short-term mistakes. Step three, save and invest early. Invest as much as possible when you're young. Benefit from 40 years of compounding. And number four, wealth builds with age. Invest for the long term. It typically takes several decades. So the stock market historically has doubled about every 7 years on average. To see how it grows, let's say you start with 100,000. In 20 years, your money typically doubles 3 times to 800,000, right? So 100, 200, 400, 800. In 30 years, 4 times to 1.6 million. And in 35 years, 5 times to 3.2 million. So now that's starting with just 100,000. So just invest effectively for the long term and stay the course. Step 5, invest in equities, that's stock market investments, a business, or real estate with a large mortgage. So equities have historically been the asset class with the highest growth. A business is a type of equity, with the stock market being many businesses. Real estate can be a good investment, but usually only if you keep a large mortgage because the return is too low on its own. Step 6, borrowing to invest or leverage into equities is the most effective growth strategy. If done by the right people in the right way over the long term, it can be a very powerful way to grow wealth over decades. It's not for everybody, though. Bottom line, take responsibility for yourself and your success. Then you can have a meaningful and rich life. Thanks for listening. What you've learned today is, what is the meaning of life? What makes life worth living? How do many people avoid taking responsibility for their life? How can having a meaningful life help you become financially independent? How can you become wealthy? Thanks for listening. My name is Ed Rempel, and my blog is Unconventional Wisdom. It's the #1 blog in Canada for a full-service financial planner. It's just edrempel.com, my name, or it's unconventionalwisdom.ca, because we're in Canada, if you're going to do Unconventional Wisdom. I have a blog, podcast, and YouTube. If you subscribe to them, all that means is you get my post. It comes out every Thursday, and you get to see it or watch it or read it if you like. Podcast is edrempel.com/listen. YouTube is edrempel.com/watch. We offer a free 30-minute consultation if you're interested in potentially talking with us, and it's just edrempel.com/talk. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you for listening. For more Unconventional Wisdom insights, follow this podcast, give it a review, and share it with your friends. Be the first to receive all my podcasts by subscribing to my email list at www.edrempel.com. My services and costs are at edrempel.com/help, and you can request a free 30-minute consultation at edrempel.com/talk. I often cover listener questions, so if you have a burning question or topic on which you'd like to hear Unconventional Wisdom, please ask or share feedback at edrempel.com/feedback. See you next week.